Alright, I'm going to show you how to tie a Hoochie spinner. If you go and buy these from the store, they could be upwards of $10 a piece. And you can get most of this, or most of these supplies for $10. I'm going to start by tying on the bottom hook. And I'm sure there's going to be a professional on here telling me I'm doing it wrong, but this is how I do it, and it seems to work. I do 6 wraps on the hook, feed it back through the loop, go ahead and pinch the tail end, pull it tight. It's on there good. Take the second hook. You can use a single hook too. I just like using 2 hooks. I feel like it increases the chances. And if you wanted to put some sort of bait on this first hook, that's an option. I like to space the hooks approximately like this, because when I pull it tight, this second hook will slide up. All right, we're going to do the same thing. Feed it back through. I'm going to wrap it 6 times. Slide that up, take my pliers, and I hook on, or I clamp it down on that back hook, and I pull it tight. There you go. There's the hooks. Alright. And then to keep good spacing, I'll come in here and I'll throw bead or 2 on here like that. Come here, throw the Hoochie on. On some of these Hoochies you're going to have to cut the end off a little bit and then poke a hole. Go ahead and pull that through. Slide this down. Sits there like such. Alright, the next, pick your bead colors. Go ahead and go do green. Put 2 greens on there. A lot of guys will use plastic versions of these right here, because the concern is with a constant rotation on the line, you'll weaken the line and it'll break on a fish, which I believe is very possible and realistic. However, I'm going to snag this on a rock and break my line far before I'll have a fish break it because the line's weak because of the spinner. Throw that on there. And that's it. I bought all this stuff from Amazon. Well, except for this line. I've had this line for years. This is just 20-pound test. I'm using 20-pound test. I'm primarily fishing for cutthroat, but there is salmon out there, both local and fish that are coming from the ocean, and they do have teeth. So I'm using 20-pound test. You can use whatever you want. But this is the setup, pretty simple, and they're effective. I'm gonna go ahead and tie this on my fishing pole, and we're gonna go down to the Puget Sound and we're gonna go troll for some cutthroat. Maybe we'll get a salmon. We'll see how it goes. Well, that's something you definitely don't see every day. Tide is just about to switch, start coming back in. See if I cannot hit this tree that is somehow here. Alright, and here's the lure that I just tied. I have to pinch the bar before I'm fishing, so I did that. So I in the water, attach to my flasher, go ahead and cruise out here, see if we can avoid all the seaweed and such. I'll come down here and go fly fishing in the same spot and do pretty good. See some fish ducks out there. They're always catching. Let's see how we do. Start about 25 pulls. We'll see how that does. We're really gonna have to pay attention and see if my camera overheats. Tide is about to start coming back in, which will be heading in the direction in which I am right now. Like I said, I just showed you guys how to make one of these at home for a fraction of the price of what it would cost you to buy one in the store. And we're gonna see if we can catch one. We'll troll right on the side of this tidal disturbance, or this little rip right here. See if we can pick up a fish. I usually catch them right in here. What'll probably happen is I'll hook one coming back the other direction. Just on the edge of where I can see the bottom is usually where I found a good spot to troll. For cutthroat, that is. Wow, that was a nice fish. I would love to catch that one. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it came flying out of the water. Probably about 15 inches. That was a nice fish. Right in this rip too. Go ahead and troll past where it was and see if we can get anything. And I'm probably gonna flip around and start heading back the opposite direction. There's a fish. Hopefully it's still there. That was a fiasco. It came off. Well, I got a bite. That was stupid. That was not my best work. As you can see, I'm not far from the shoreline. Fish just jumped out of the water right there. Hopefully we got that on video. Alright, now that we're done messing around, let's do this. There's a fish. Oh, that's a nice one. Please come off. No, still there. Swimming at me. It's a nice fish. Whoa. Oh no! Well, they work. Man, that's number 2. Alright, well, we're just gonna drift back down here right off this point. This whole stretch from this little concrete outcropping, which is a little city park, all the way up to that pier, which is also a city park. This whole stretch through here is pretty good. So that is the second fish that I have now lost on this lure that I tied for you guys, or however you want to say, put together for everybody to see. So we're gonna cruise through here and see if we can do that again. As you can see, these lures are simple to make, they're effective. I'm just not good at fishing, but there's always next time.